guys, it's Leah. Welcome back to my channel. I am here in Singapore. It's actually really hot here in Singapore. It's around 88 degrees and it's really muggy, but it's like a pleasant heat. You feel this like really awesome cool breeze. I'm up on the 8th floor by the roof, about to go get something for lunch, and then I have to go to like a drugstore. So I'll see you guys really soon. So this is me walking in Singapore. No focus. So the funny thing is, like, I don't know where I'm going, and yet I'm walking with purpose like I do. I kind of just want to find a cafe. That's the funny thing. It's like I'm like, where do I get down the road? Oh, okay, down the road. I got it. I don't know where I'm going, but I'll take you with me. I was in Singapore for about one full day and a night, obviously, and so now I'm on my way to Vietnam. I chose Hoi An because it just seems so charming. Hoi An is full of rice fields. It has French colonized architecture. It's beautiful and the people are so kind. I honestly am so grateful and feel so blessed that I chose to fly into Da Nang and go into Hoi An. I couldn't have wished for a more magical place to be traveling by myself. And here I am through winding, tight, narrow roads in Hoi An on my way to Christina's, which is where I stayed. Sorry I didn't get any video of Christina's in Hoi An, but it's honestly the most amazing place to stay. The people are so great and everyone is so friendly and they make it incredibly easy and you feel completely safe. I left my room door unlocked way too many times. Here I just am in the central market. I bought a rice hat, yay, which I was really excited to have because it's kind of this like, you know, thing that encompasses Vietnam in some respect in regards to fashion. You see a lot of people wearing their rice hat, but it's literally for purpose. It's to block out the sun when you're working in the rice fields. The market is just full of all these small shops with lanterns and hats and pretty much things geared toward tourists. When you get towards the middle of the market, that's when it's more geared towards the locals. It'll have food and just items you would casually pick up if you lived in Vietnam, versus where I am right now, which is honestly just trinkets and souvenirs and clothing and things that they think that you as a tourist may stop and buy. There are a ton of these wonderful little ladies who will ask you if you want photos as they carry their fruit, and for that you give them a tip. And let me tell you, those fruit things are extremely heavy. Now, one thing I think of when I think of Hoi An is how it smells. Hoi An literally smells like incense and dried flowers, and that's because there are a ton of temples and places to worship, and usually they have incense burning outside. So when you're walking, you pretty much just smell it, and it smells amazing. I want to talk about beauty. Everything in Hoi An is just colorful and amazing, and I never realized how much color and patterns and just things that are vibrant spoke to me until I visited Hoi An, and how much I want my life to represent all of that color and boldness. Those paper lights, oh, to this day I wish I bought some. I definitely have to go back to Hoi An. So the market is extremely hot. Here I am stepping into Hoi An Roastery, which is a pretty famous coffee shop in the market and very popular. It's beautiful inside, and just for a spot to kind of cool down and get a little bit more energy. So hot matcha, the coconut, and one fresh makeup. Thank you. I am here in Hoi An. I'm just shopping. I need some dresses actually. So I totally got stopped by these ladies selling fruit. They asked if I wanted a photo, and then of course I took them because I'm a customer, but I don't have a handle show all my money yet, as in it's all over the place and I can't see it. So I gave them each 100,000. I think it's called dong, which is a lot of money. I bought this really cool hat that I bargained down from 60 to 40. And yet gave the old ladies for a photo, and so I'm probably not gonna eat. Actually, I may. It looks really good. 200,000. So I feel really guilty. I really want to go back and give her more money, but yeah. So I'm just here ordering some coffee in Hoi An Roastery. Espresso Roastery. I can't even talk. Espresso and coffee house. Hope you guys can hear me while I do it. You can. Hey guys, I'm actually so exhausted right now. Like, it's insane. Look at my hair. I just don't even know what to do with it. But I went to the markets today, and so I keep looking at the viewfinder. I'm sure it's ridiculous. So going to the market was halfway what I expected. Like, it was a bit, just a lot of people and a lot of walking and a lot of souvenir shops at the market. So it is geared towards tourism. But then when you get in the middle, it's more towards the locals. There's like food, and you see locals going to pick out things for themselves, which is what I like. So here's the thing that they teach you if you do any kind of research. It's like TripAdvisor, Google, reputable tailors, because in Hoi An you can get a lot of things made inexpensively. That's what they're known for. There are more tailors than there are people. I mean, more tailors than there are any kind of other kind of profession. More tailors than tourists. They're always kind of like pushing to get you to get something made. So it's Google the best one, so that you're going to people and not wasting your time or paying for things that fall apart. You will be approached. I'm pitchy. You will be approached by people in the street. The question they usually ask is, where are you from? Then they give you a compliment. Then it's, do you want to come check out XYZ? And it's usually to a tailor shop where they get a commission, or they are a tailor themselves. So they tell you not to do this, and I did it. And I did it because she said shoes. At first she kept pushing, and I was like, no, I have a tailor that was recommended to me by the hotel, which is one thing they also tell you not to do. But I googled who they recommended, and she was rated high on TripAdvisor anyway, so what's the difference? Because usually your hotel gets a commission from sending people their way. So she said shoes. I'm like, fine. I feel like we walked a damn mile through the marketplace and into the locals area where I had never been before. I ordered 3 pairs of sandals that I think will be adorable. I'm so excited to see them. And then her friend comes over and they're like, come look at dresses. I'm like, I don't want clothes made. She's like, just come look. I got about 4 outfits now. I'm exhausted. It's like 1. The thing is I can't get upset. I haggled for the price barely. But the thing is like, what they're making for me, if it looks as great as I think that it will, I mean, the price is not that much, and I think they'll look beautiful. So I'm actually okay with it. So I'm just here to take a little break, freshen up, and then go out and get some food. But tomorrow I'll show you the fitting process. So we just came through the market, which I'll show you a little bit of. And now the guys are taking their bikes onto the ferry. I'm so obsessed with this place. It's so beautiful. So we have to go across the river to get more towards the countryside on our quest to go to the MySon ruins, the temples there. And this is just all of us packed onto this ferry about to go over the river, which is really calming. Hi, I'm Izzy! Oh, that's... You'll see more of Izzy in this vlog today. She has her own travel vlog actually, and I believe she is still in Vietnam. That's one of the most amazing things about traveling, is you get to meet people from all over the world, and you get to form friendships and connect. And especially traveling solo, I feel like for me personally, I'm more open to meeting new people because I don't have another person that I'm kind of clinging to their friendship. So I'm open to new friendships. So kudos to Izzy and kudos to new friendships, and oh my god, so many kudos to Hoi An.
Per day they can make like 4 mats.
4 mats a day?
For each, they take like 3.5 hours.
Wow.
Finish one. And they work from 7 a.m. to like 6 or 7 p.m.
and the lady is 95 years old.
Oh wow.
Gosh. Just doing it.
Really skillful. You get to try.
Actually way harder than it looks because you have to make sure your stick kind of spares all of the loops that they make perfectly to put the weave through. But the story behind these young ladies is the mother has been doing this, the mother being the older lady who is 95, since she was 8 years old. Can you believe it? Making these beautiful mats since she was 8 years old. And when she matured and grew and had a daughter of her own, she taught her this trade. So that is what they do. Hey, Kiwi.
Is this where a lot of the war took place? This area? A lot of war here?
Yeah, in the middle of Vietnam, but normally.
Copper and plants.
Guest appearance on Liz vlog today. We are now in the city of
Copper
Huy,
would be the color.
Yeah.
We're actually in the home of a 16th generation and 17th generation bronze copper family that followed the royal dynasty. To this day and age, this one is really unique because they actually produce all of their copper products from fragments of the Vietnam American War, wherever you are, that's how they call it. Yeah, so we're here.
Yay!
It's cool. Wow, it's burning my eyes.
What sound is that?
Oh, that's
Okay,
from over there.
see?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Good job.
It's so beautiful. You play it, girl. It's so pretty.
I think at this point we were all getting just a little bit high from all the smoke. So that kind of explains why we were jamming out for the moment, but it was so much fun.
What if you get high from the smoke?
She's so cute. She's like, what party is happening that you guys didn't invite me to? Yay! Here where they make the traditional gongs and things.
Cảm ơn.
So I want to explain a bit about the next clip. We ended up going to the underground tunnels the Vietnamese made to escape the bombs. And I can't imagine that people actually lived down in these tunnels or just walked long distances. They were so tight, the ceilings were so low, the floors could flood, and in our case they were completely muddy, and we got to a point where it did start to flood. There were frogs and spiders, and it just wasn't, and it was completely pitch black besides your flashlight. So pretty interesting.
You got this, mama. Looking fashionable.
I don't even think I can walk it.
You got this, baby.
That makes me feel like I'm the funniest person in the world.
She's so cute.
meditation hall
Oh wow.
for people who meditated before they come to the main temple over there. So meditation here, and then if you meditate enough,
The temples, oh my goodness, they were breathtaking, and it's kind of extraordinary to think about what they may have looked like, because all we're seeing now are the remnants of 70 temples after the bombings, and it just looks so beautiful being overgrown with forests. I can't imagine what these 70 temples looked like when they were completely built. Okay, here I am at my tailors. As you can see, this is definitely, there's nothing posh about these tailors. They're in the market. I did see some locals come to them, so that makes me feel great. And honestly, I got hustled into going into these ladies, and I appreciate their grind. I am happy with not everything that I got in regards to my clothing, to be honest with you, but some of the pieces that I was most excited about, I'm totally satisfied with. And oh my gosh, my shoes, which I didn't show you the shoemaker, those shoes, my sandals, I couldn't be happier. I would go back and get 20 more pairs if I'm ever in Hoi An at the same shoe tailor. But this is what it's like getting your clothes made in Hoi An in a really small tailor shop in the market. So I went to the night market on a whim on the back of my shoemaker's motorcycle, and legend has it, if you make a wish with a paper lantern and put it in the river, your wish will come true. So that's what I did, and I really pray that my wish and all of your wishes, as corny as it sounds, comes true. And if Hoi An isn't magical enough, I was equal parts from this amazing beach as I was from that beautiful market. And this restaurant is called Soul Kitchen. It was gorgeous. To see mountains and water is just amazing. And that's it for my trip to Hoi An, Vietnam. I'll see you guys on my next adventure.
Maybe we could meet again further down the river and share what we both discovered.